Hey, what's going on, guys? Danny here with you. In this video, I'm going to go to the latest analysis for Shiba Inu, as well as look at the bearish breakout from the two different patterns that we discussed yesterday. And as always, this video is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. All right, so yesterday we're talking about how we had potentially formed two different patterns. First pattern I went over was a ascending triangle. You can see right here in the blue, this was an ascending triangle. As you see, we did get a breakout out of here. And then the second potential pattern that we went over was a bear flag. This right here was our flagpole, and then this right here was our flag pattern. And you see either pattern, we did get a bearish breakout, and we did go over two potential targets. The first one we went over was the ascending triangle. So we measured from the top of our trend line all the way down to the bottom of our triangle right there. And this was the trend line right here that we had. And you can see we did come back down here and perfectly meet our target. That was right around the 3693 area. And we did wick a little bit actually below that. We did hit our 0.782, excuse me, our 0.786. That is right down here on this trend line. That was around the 3660 area. So we have already had one touchdown here. And then right here, you could have actually measured this when we broke out. This was our first target if you measured that out. That was right around here. That target was met as well. That was right around the 3798 area. And then we do have one potential more target, excuse me, another target we could potentially get, and that would be our bear flag target. And so measure from the top of our drop right there, all the way from the trend all the way down to the bottom of our flag pattern. And if this does play out, you could be looking down here. That is right around the 3552 area. And of course, we do have this major level of support right here. And that is our channel that we drew out the other day, which is our whole channel right here. So we could potentially come back down, excuse me, get a retest of this trend line right here, this channel. So our target again would be right around the 3548 area. And as you see, that would be at the very bottom, very close to our one on the Fibonacci, which is around the 3531 area. The other day, we actually did have one touchdown here already. This would be our second touch right here. So this would actually be a double bottom, potentially a double bottom, where we could consolidate here and then break to the upside again. All right, and I have not done much trading on this channel, but I did start trading, put a couple trades in yesterday. And yesterday when I saw we did break out, we came up here and we made a lower low right here. So we did not come back all the way up to this pattern. So I actually did personally put a trade in right here. I put a trade in right here, and then I put a buy order in right around here, and that did get filled. And then I also saw that we did break through this area, so I put another trade in, and then came back down here and put a buy order in here, and that was met perfectly. But I did get a little too greedy, and so just a word to the wise: if you get a couple good trades in, just leave it alone and don't keep trading. So actually, I saw that we had formed another potential rising wedge right here. All right, so yesterday I saw that we had another rising wedge. So when we broke out of this, I put another trade in for down here. And as you see, we are currently trading sideways. So I do actually have a very large buy order down here still. So again, if you don't get too greedy, because sometimes you can lose the profit that you did make. So just leave the profit alone that you had. But I do want to talk about this pattern right here. It looks like we could potentially be forming another rising wedge. So right here, this would be a rising wedge. And again, our target would be right around the bottom of our rising wedge, which would perfectly right around this 0.786 Fibonacci, which is around the 3659 area. So it looks like right now we have broken bearish out of it. We did come up for a slight retest, and we did get rejected and are coming back down. So our target would be all the way down here, probably around the bottom of our wedge, or even around all this major resistance or major support line, which is where we did get our first retest right here. So we could potentially get another retest right here, which would be another double bottom, and potentially not come all the way back down at here. Again, I do personally have a very large buy order in right down here near the bottom of the wedge. Hopefully, for me personally, hope it does come back down. But again, if it doesn't come back down, then that would be good. But again, we could potentially draw out another Fibonacci retracement. All right, so let me delete this one out. All right, and we'll draw another Fibonacci retracement from our high that we had, our swing high right here, and then bring it down to our 0 level, so right around here. And these are just short-term targets that we could taking a look at. All right, so again, we have come up to our 0.382 level. We did break through there a little bit. That is around the 38.42. So we are right around the 0.5, which is around the 39.04, and we're made it about halfway through there. And currently we did get rejected, did come up and close a little bit below and breaking through this 0.38 level. Our next target would be right here around the 0.236 level, which is around the 37.66 area. We could potentially come back down here, get a bounce and head back up. But again, if we do break through that level, then our next target again would be our 0 level, which is where we already had our first retest down here from our breakout. We could potentially come back down here, get another retest, and that would be again a double bottom, and then hopefully consolidate and head back to the upside. And then again, if we do happen to break a little bit lower, our next target would be down here at the 0.27 area. And that is down here right around the 35.03 area. That does put us right here in this channel area right here that we drew out. And again, the full target of our bearish, of our bull flag would be right over here. So that would be around the, somewhere right around the 35.50 area. So somewhere around there. If we do come back down and break through this area right here, I do think we'll probably get a retest right here and then potentially consolidate and head back up. And then for some reason, if we do break all the way through here, if we do break through all of this level resistance right here, which I don't think, or excuse me, a level of support, I don't think that'll happen. But our 0.615 Fibonacci would be right around the 33.22 area. So I don't think that'll happen, but again, we could keep an eye out for that. Let's go over here and check out our RSIs and see how we are looking. All right, so over here on our 15-minute chart. All right, currently we are right around, the RSI is right around the 44 area. We do have this major level of support right here, so we could potentially see either a short-term bounce and head up, or consolidate right here and head up back up again. If we do break this support level, then we'll probably come back down for a retest of the bottom of our RSI. And currently our 15-minute chart, stochastic did come all the way back up. We are heading back down right here for probably a full retracement. So another 15-20 minutes, we should possibly see this head back up, and we could get a bounce down here somewhere and head to the upside. All right, over here on our hourly chart. All right, our hourly chart, we are right around the 45. Stochastic did come up all the way back up to a little bit of our overbought territory right on the 85. We are starting to see a correction heading back down. We'll have to see if we do get a bounce somewhere along here. We'll have to see how that does play out. And over here on our 4-hourly chart, our RSI is right around the 43 area. The stochastic did come all the way back up for a overbought territory, and we're coming back down. Looks like we could be forming a little bit of a falling wedge pattern right here, which is actually a bullish sign. So we could potentially see a breakout out of here, whether it's short term or long term. We'll have to see how that does play out. Again, if we do happen to break through here, then we'll probably head back through for a full retracement. Over here on our daily chart, our RSI is right around the 42 area. We are currently consolidating right here, right around this trend line that we do have. And it looks like we did actually break a little bit below it, which is slightly bearish, but we do have a little bit of a support right here. So I'll have to see how that does play out. The stochastic did come all back up. We weren't able to make a higher high, so of course we did get a little bit of a retracement. And that's also right here where we did break bearish out of our 2 patterns that we did discuss. Potentially, I do think we'll again, last couple of days, I do think we'll consolidate a little bit more here, maybe form a little bit of a pennant pattern and maybe break out for our next bull run. Let's head back over to our 15-minute chart. All right, so currently we are getting a little bit of a bounce right here. We'll have to see how this does play out. Let me head back over to 5-minute chart. All right, so again, we are getting a tad bit of a bounce right here, which is expected. We could come back up here for a little bit of a retracement and maybe touch our target pattern right here, or excuse me, retest our trend line. If we can't break through it and make higher highs, then we'll most likely get rejected off of here and head back down to our next area. We'll have to see how that does play out. But again, I do think this was either another ascending triangle pattern, which we did break bearish out of it, or we could actually have another rising wedge right here, which again is this area right here. If we do fully meet our target, it would be again back down here right around the 36.48 area. And we also do have this major level support right here, which we could potentially hit and then bounce off. Or if we do break through here, we'll potentially consolidate right here and break off through here as well. But again, I personally think it's hard to tell right now, but I do think this potentially could play out all the way again, and we'd be breaking bearish all the way down here to either one of these targets. Well, again, we'll have to see how that does play out. I'll try to keep you guys updated throughout the day. And as always, I appreciate you guys taking time of your days to watch these videos. And please make sure you do like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And again, follow me over on Twitter. That is @OnlyCryptoCycle. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And thanks. Take care.